All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
This is Hines. And at the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Osweiler. He'll get this into the hands of Deion Kane. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
From midfield now, here's Osweiler. And that is incomplete here.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he connects with Ebron. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. First carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Hines. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Takes it in for a Colts score. LeGarrette Blount, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. first carry here for Charles Sims. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, Allen. Man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Gun! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
On 2nd down, here's Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
To their big tight end. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Osweiler down around his goal line. It's complete. Deion Kane working the middle. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Hines. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. Oh, he stays up, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Trent Murphy in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. Now Osweiler back into his end zone. And he'll find the open man on the right side. It's Kane. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
On 3rd down, Osweiler. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 23 yards on the play. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Now it's Hines. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Set, blue 90, blue 90.
Osweiler now off the bootleg. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gibson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. Ebron's got it. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd and 1, Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Green 39, Detroit 39.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets in. Enemy territory. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Allen to throw once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Holmes. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Gone! Detroit!
Allen now on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, Green 39. Gone.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. He's going to go for a big play. And this is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Andre His first touchdown on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. Hauschka with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal. And I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. They go play action here on first down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Kane. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. Osweiler now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Here's Blunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. 41 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Osweiler. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And when you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. The Colts on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit.
From the shotgun, Osweiler. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to start the drive to Sims. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Throwing on 2nd down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. First down, and they're going to throw without it. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. They couldn't hook up with Decker that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Going deep for Benjamin. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Let's go. 3-19.
And again, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Osweiler. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Doyle. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Osweiler. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Colts on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Final play of the half. It's Osweiler. And that is incomplete. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he's into the clear. The 30, the 20, 10.
Similar to golf, you never want to count a score before it actually happens, but you have to figure. They thought they were going to get 6 on that play. Great effort to keep them out of the end zone, but a big-time return.
Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Allen going to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Gone. Over.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And that'll make it 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Let's go. All right, now, Green 39. Lucky 39. Over.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And Hauschka's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half.
All right, here we go.
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A fumble lost last week, now a fumble lost this week. Is this just growing pains of a rookie?
It is growing pains, but they can't afford it. Not him nor his team. That means extra work during the week with his coaching staff and extra work on his head to make sure he doesn't lose his confidence. They like him. They want him to flourish.
Because you know he wants to avoid that label of being a fumble machine.
It is a label that is hard to shed, and that just means teams come after you even more, ripping and raking at the football when you're carrying it.
On second down, Osweiler. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun, it's Osweiler. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And now Adam Vinatieri. He's into his 40s now. You'd think low to mid-50s, probably about the outside of his range. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. And here come the Bills. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first carry for the former Jaguar. This is Chris Ivory. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Quincy Wilson in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Allen looks to throw on second down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll give it up to Ivory. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They stay on the ground. Ivory again. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot. Gun. 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 Gun.
On first down, Allen. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
To throw again. Allen. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Set. 319. 319. Gun. 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 Gun.
Allen now from the gun, he'll throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Well, they'll start on the ground with Hines. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll try to get the running game going here with Ivory. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun, Allen. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a gain of 7, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Watch him now, Barney.
And here's Allen, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue landed.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now let's go. 3-19. No. 3-19. Patriot.
Osweiler. Quick hitch, complete. It's Gibson. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Set. Blue landed.
Back now in Indianapolis. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. The Colts on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On the sneak, Osweiler. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gun.
Here's Osweiler. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Osweiler now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll throw on 1st down with Osweiler. Ebron with it over the middle. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. They run with Hines. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They run again with Hines. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
3-19! 3-19!
Now a toss play. It's Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts add on to their lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on first down is Allen. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen going to throw again. Jones has it. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From midfield, here's Allen. Open man is Holmes. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. They go play action here on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, Gun.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Gun. Over.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Figuring they're going for it on fourth down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And they'll run it here. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the Bills will take another timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. The Colts on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing now is Osweiler. Over the middle, complete. It's Doyle. And brought down but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. Osweiler now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Indianapolis, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.